Call the July 27th meeting of the Piqua Board of Education to order. Would you call the roll, Mr. Hiddle?
Mr. Bostic. Mr. Luby.
Here.
Mr. Height.
Here.
Mr. Gregerson.
Here. Pledge of Allegiance, if you'll stand and join us.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Have to hold on to these chairs. Yeah. Slide on you.
We have approval of the minutes for the July 28th meeting. Are there any additions or corrections to those minutes? And we need a motion to let the minutes stand as written.
So moved. Second?
Do that by voice affirmation. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Stand as approved then. And we need an approval for the agenda. Are there any additions to the agenda this evening?
I changed the wording on the hiring of Beth King as our transportation supervisor. It did say a 2-year contract. We're just hiring her as a year-to-year, just as we do with our AIMS coordinator as well. So it's going to follow that same process. So it was initially as a 2-year contract. I just changed it to hire effective August 15th, 2016. It'll be going into infinity until.
Sounds good. So we need to, by voice affirmation, to approve that also? Need a motion?
So moved. Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That carries. We're off to the board reports. Mr. Height?
Mr. Luby.
Mr. Luby?
Okay, the Upper Valley Career Center Board of Education met on Monday, July 25th. Very compact meeting, a lot accomplished in a short amount of time. Dr. Luce discussed the beginning of the 2015-2016 school year. She reviewed revisions of proposed policies and regulations. Mr. Fraley, the treasurer, presented fiscal reports, open vouchers, and purchase orders for approval by the board. Other items on the agenda: approval of faculty and classified handbooks. The board adopted a Calamity Day Makeup Day plan. Approved a shared services agreement with Piqua City Schools for a food service coordinator. Of course, we were aware of that and familiar with that plan. And improved employment of substitute employees and credentialed employees. That was essentially our order of business.
Thank you. We have no hearing of the public on agenda items at this point, so we'll move on to the treasurer's agenda. And we need approval for that, or do you have anything that you would?
Were there any questions about the monthly fiscal reports?
No.
The other thing is I had sent out the email, and you've seen the press releases about we've completed our 9th year in the black, and the district also won an award for their CAFR presentation through the Association of School Business Officials as well. And that's a new award for the district. So it was just really cool to be able to be the first one to make that happen here at Piqua City Schools. So those are two things that just came up. And the only other thing I have on my agenda for approval is the approval of the Clean Diesel Bus Fund grant that is part of the state of Ohio's efforts and the federal government's efforts to get dirty buses off the roadways. So I worked with Kurt on writing this grant, and we received almost $90,000 towards the purchase of a new bus, as long as we're buying 3 other ones. So in total, it's like buy 3, get 1 free kind of thing for the district. So it's $90,000 for about, I spent 4 or 5 hours working on that, so that was pretty good.
Not a bad rate.
So we've already got everything in place. We did the bidding the last time for the 2 buses to keep us on our rotation. Part of that was if we got the grant to maintain that pricing for us, and they're going to do that. So as soon as we approve these, we'll get those buses ordered. They're about 120 days out.
Now, will those be regular buses, or are we going to get another handicap bus, or?
I think we're doing 270, or no, wait, I take that back. They'll all be 84 passenger buses.
How many buses in our fleet currently?
We currently have 32. When we finish this transition, we'll be back to 30. We just have 2 extras because we had to keep a hold of them because they have to have a hole drilled in the engine, and it's got to be witnessed by the EPA, so we actually have to call her to come out and take photos and do all the documentation, and she has to send it off to the federal government because she doesn't want to be audited for that either. So it's a process, but it's $90,000 that we don't have to pay, so we'll do the process. So those are the only things that I have tonight.
Okay, thank you. So we need to approve his agenda, and at this point, we take a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Treasurer, call the roll, please.
Mr. Luby.
Aye.
Mr. Height.
Aye.
Mr. Bostic.
Aye.
Mr. Gregerson.
Aye. And moving on to the superintendent's report.
As I transition into the position and begin asking questions and look at the work that has been started and where we are with it, been working with Kurt on some projects that have been going on in the district, and I thought it would be good timing to update everybody on the progress of our track since that started right before graduation. So, Mr. South, could you come forward, please?
Good evening. As you all witnessed at graduation, our track is being replaced. Graduation time, they had scraped the old rubber surface off, and we just had the original asphalt. Then once graduation was finished, they remobilized and put new asphalt down that had to cure for 30 days. So they've done that, and the asphalt is cured. Unfortunately, they ran into some weather issues on some other projects, and in just this week, they remobilized. So I'm unable to say that we're on schedule like I have in the past on our other projects, but they are cooperating with us and working with us to do anything that we need to do to continue to have our athletic teams practice there and band camp and that type of thing. So 21 days from when they mobilized is the date, so that's August 15th. So we're about 15 days behind. We'll have to, and we have a plan in place to have one of our home football scrimmages on August the 12th, and we'll be able to have that without any problem, but we won't be finished until the 15th. So.
Kurt, we had a contract with the group that was doing the work.
Yes.
Were there any dates stipulated in that contract, start and finish?
There are, but there's also stipulated in the contract that weather-related delays are, to be anticipated. So, but we're in negotiations with them just to make sure that everything is done on time, and also trying to see if there's any other things that we can get them to do that's above and beyond what the contract states.
Was it our weather or weather in another seaport that they were working?
It's weather anywhere. Unfortunately, in the construction world, that's how contracts are written, because it's out of their hands.
I'm not sure what you mean it's weather anywhere. I mean, was the weather problem in Piqua, or were they working on another project somewhere else where they were delayed?
They were working on other projects where they had weather issues that delayed them getting to ours.
And all of our people are okay with whatever disruption this is going to cause their programs? Because I know we were told early on that it would be finished by August 1st, and our teams and everybody would be able to get out there and not be handicapped by
Right.
all the issues of construction.
Right. Yes, we have to work through those issues, but yes, like I say, we're working with the athletic department and making adjustments as needed so that we can continue to have our practices and everything that we need to do while they're still working on the track.
It's interesting. I was questioned by various people. I hadn't been out there in a while. And they said, "What's going on at the track?" I said, "As far as I know, nothing. Why?" And they updated me as to the condition and what's not happened, and I said, "Okay, I'll have to dig into that a little deeper."
Right.
Any other questions for Mr. South? Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Superintendent's agenda.
Just would like to recommend board approval of the attached overnight trip for the 16-17 school year. This is the Gettysburg trip. You might recall that you approved all those trips earlier, and this one came in late, and it's because the teacher was writing a grant and needed to get some information and finish up that process. So the grant's due by September. We'll know by then if we've gotten it, but it's a little bit late because of that purpose, but we need to get that approved.
That's a different time than it has been in the past, too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Will we still go even though we don't get the grant?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
With the grant would
Grant would be
make it less
great.
expensive. for
Absolutely.
Students involved.
Appreciate the teacher working on that, yep.
Any other questions? Need a motion to approve the superintendent's agenda?
So moved. Second?
Treasurer would call the roll, please.
Mr. Height,
Aye.
Mr. Luby,
Aye.
Mr. Bostic,
Aye.
Mr. Gregerson.
Aye. Personnel agenda.
Before we move to approve that, I want to highlight a few people on there. So I would like to start with Mr. Lyons. Mr. Lyons will be my recommendation tonight for the assistant superintendent role. 1991, proud graduate of the Piqua High School, very engaged in our community, has been a principal and vice principal in our district since 2006, and has already been a great asset to me. So I'm really pleased to make that recommendation, and would like to invite Tony and his wife to come up and give us a quick introduction of himself and let us see him.
Should I start the timer?
Yes.
Yes.
Red light, please.
I asked Andy if this gives me extra time because of this new position, and he certainly said no. This is my wife, Kelly. Just wanted to introduce her, and I've been doing that all over the board office as well, so she's obviously amazing. So excited is, I guess, how I would describe this opportunity for me. And as Dwayne and I met initially to talk about the potential for the position and meeting with the team that interviewed me, and all the way until he called me up and talked to me about taking the position, to this past several days that have been really busy working on the things that can be happening for next year. It's an exciting time for Piqua City Schools, and I'm personally very excited to be a part of it as in this role and the impact that I can have from this position. So I know you haven't voted yet, but I would like to thank the board for the opportunity, Mr. Thompson, and all of the folks in the district. We've got amazing kids here at Piqua, and we've got incredible teachers and a great administrative team, and there's nothing but the sky above us right now. So we're going to take it to the next level, and we're excited. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lyons. So we needed to replace him, and my recommendation will be Mr. Rob Messick for the high school principal. He just completed his 22nd year in education. 2 years ago, he joined our staff as the assistant high school principal out at the high school and did a great job there. So great that we brought him into the curriculum department. And getting to be a colleague with Rob has been great to see just how many great curriculum initiatives he started at the secondary level. Has great rapport with our teachers and is just a great fit to transition into this. Has a great relationship with Mr. Lyons, and they've already started some good transition pieces. Mr. Lyons getting him engaged also in the community really well, so I'm excited to make a recommendation for Mr. Messick as our new high school principal. So Mr. Messick, would you and your wife come forward, please? Rob's pretty shy usually, so.
Yeah, I tell you what, this has been a great opportunity. It's been given to me. I've had some incredible mentors to help prepare me for this position, and my wife and I are very excited. This is my dream, and I get a chance to fulfill it here in Piqua. Really looking forward to getting ingrained in the community and being a part of things. So this is, like I said, thank you very much. We will definitely make some great strides at Piqua High School. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Messick. Would like to invite Ms. Beth Kane to come forward. Beth Kane will be our new transportation supervisor. Comes to us very, very highly recommended. Even had the chance to talk to some people from the Ohio Department of Education that pretty much said, you just have to get this person on board. So 17 years as a driver, 10 years as an onboard trainer, and 7.5 years of a highly successful career in Greenville as their transportation supervisor. we are very, very fortunate, I think, to draw this talent to our district. So I'm thrilled to introduce Ms. Beth
Thank you.
Kane. Yes.
Very nice. I'm Beth Kane. My husband isn't with me tonight. I told Kurt he worked in 105-degree heat today, so he wasn't willing to go anywhere this evening. I'm thrilled to be here, thrilled to be working with Kurt and all of you, and I thank you for the opportunity to come here and be your transportation supervisor.
Thank you, Beth. With that, I would like to recommend that the rest of the personnel agenda and the recommendations that I just introduced to you, that be approved as stated.
Any other questions or comments?
I think we should welcome Mr. Thompson as our new superintendent, too.
I'd
We're
probably
very
be a good
pleased
idea.
to have him step up and take over that position, and we look forward to great things.
Thank you.
Most definitely. You know, I have to be a little prejudiced. I haven't said anything to Mr. Libby, but it's kind of neat seeing our old students become part of the leadership of the district, and I think we can look at that with a lot of pride as far as.
I appreciate that.
Didn't he have us in school, Steve?
I think so.
Principal and a teacher, yeah.
I was talking about a sixth grade science class. Okay, I got confused, I'm sorry.
I would say, you know, it's been very, very great. It's so fun building this team. I agree with Tony, the sky's above us, and everybody is super, super excited. And just a great compliment to the board. And talking with you, I wouldn't have considered if we didn't have such strong people that were so truly dedicated to this district and understanding. And I have felt extremely supported by you already, so I appreciate that. It's exciting times.
Thank you very much. We
Yeah,
appreciate it.
thank you.
With that, we'll take a motion for approval of the personnel agenda.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
Treasurer, would you call the roll, please?
Mr. Bostic,
Aye.
Mr. Luby,
Aye.
Mr. Height,
Aye.
Mr. Gregerson.
Aye. And under old business,
Old business, we have the recommendation of a second read for board policy for our standard-based school guidance counselor evaluation. They had a few minor typographical errors in the changes that have been provided to you, but no change in the wording. Just a quick note that each building had to have principals go through a special certification, get certified to be able to now evaluate our guidance counselors. There was that significant of a change in it. So we have great representation at all buildings now. Every principal has gone to that training, so we're covered, and we can properly supervise the counselors under this new system.
do we need a vote on that, or is this
Nope, the
just-
second read.
Okay, all right. Any other new business?
That's it.
Hearing of the public of non-agenda items. We don't have anything there. At this point in time, the board will go into a brief executive session for the purpose of appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, or compensation of employee, student, and/or school official as permitted under Ohio Revised Code 121.22. So
Do you plan to take any action?
we will, I don't think we'll have any action except to close the meeting out and adjourn. So we're going to move into executive session at this point.
Need a motion.
Need a motion to do that.
So moved.
Second.
We can do that by voice, and we can do that by voice vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.